Hello, 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 everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world or whatever time you'll be watching this video. So, guys, I just wanted to touch on a bit of news item that came to my attention this week, right? And it is showing that, the Canadian spirit is being lost. I remember when I came to Canada, um, a few years ago. Canada has always operated on an honor system, and because of that, that is one of the reasons why I actually liked Canada, because I'm saying, wow, you know, well, most of the Canadians that I had encountered were really honest and kind people. So this news item, or this incident that happened to this lady, I think she was also operating on the premise of that Canadian honor system, and which has unfortunately left her being scammed $14,000. And I know some of you may be wondering, what the HE double hockey sticks could she have done to make them scam her $14,000? Or even better, wow, she had $14,000 lying around? Well, anyway, let us get into the story. So, the story is about an Ontario woman who lost $14,000 to a taxi scam. And the article says an Ontario woman thought she was helping another woman pay for their taxi ride, but instead she was defrauded of $14,000. It happened in a parking lot in early August. So Maria Padadag of Woodbridge told CTV News in Toronto. So she states that the lady came from behind my car and she said, "Can you help me pay my taxi?" I handed over my debit card, ding, 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 and I put the pin in the machine. And the lady gave me $10 and I went off on my way home. Now, I'm very skeptical of these machines, these days, because you keep hearing of incidences where, you know, um, they have switched out the keypads of, even at the gas station pumps, ATM machines, they have switched out some of the keypads. So, you know, the thieves, they put that um fraudulent keypad on the machines, and then when you insert your card, then it just copies all the information, all the data on your card, as well as capture your pin that you input, and then that's how they siphon money from your accounts. Well, anyways, let's continue. Padagdag said she didn't check her bank account. 4 days later, she said she got a call from her bank informing her that her account had been compromised and she was out $14,000. Why me? I was just trying to help her because she needed help, she said. I'm really shaking right now and I don't know what to do. So the Toronto police has issued a warning due to a rise in taxi scams, as more than 800 have been reported in 2024 so far, with losses of more than $1.6 million. They are going to give you a duplicate card that looks similar to yours, and they are keeping your card and your PIN, said Detective David Coffey with the Toronto Police Fraud Division. So I don't know why she didn't tap, because I'm not handing over really my card to anyone. All these machines have the tap feature. Coffee says the police receive reports of taxi scams every day, adding that there has been an increase in this type of fraud since criminals are able to buy generic taxi signs off websites like Amazon. If it's a taxi sign on top of the roof that has a charging cable that snakes in through the window, that I can guarantee you will be a fake taxi, said Coffee. So now we have to be extremely vigilant of which taxis we we take. Right? So now the city of Toronto is having a bit of a tiff with Uber because there are so many Ubers in the city. And I know that the mayor was trying to have a cap on how many Uber taxis could be in the city, but she came up, among some fight. So now they have gone back to the drawing board to see, what else they can come up with. So I guess now there is going to be the fight now between Uber and the taxi. But well, these are fake taxis, of course. Police urge anyone taking a cab to beware of any that doesn't accept cash or does not have a meter, adding to never hand over your debit card when making a payment. They warn that fake taxis tend to wait outside of sporting events, bars, and movie theaters in hopes of catching people off guard. In Padagdag's case, she's a customer of BMO, which has been looking into the fraud for nearly 4 months. It is an extremely difficult situation for anyone to fall victim to a criminal scam, and we're always here to support our customers. We immediately reviewed this matter after our customer was in contact with us and had a good conversation with them, a BMO spokesperson told CTV News Toronto in a statement. The case has now been resolved as part of our regular process. After CTV News Toronto contacted BMO, Padagdag said she was given a complete refund. This is such a relief. I am so glad that this has finally been dealt with, she said. Well, that was some extremely good news for her because otherwise, most banking institutions would not have refunded her because if she used her debit card, then they're going to say, well, the onus is on you to protect your debit card. It's not as if it was a credit card that was stolen, compromised in some way, shape, or other, where they could, put a stop on the funds being withdrawn. So, kudos to BMO for actually looking into the incident and giving her a full refund because honestly, in in this day and age, I mean, to lose $14,000, even $1,400, that is a steep drop in the bucket for some. And I know it's almost a similar situation that happened to me. Well, I wasn't scammed or anything, but I was just on my P's and Q's, because I stopped at a fast food joint the other day, and this fast food joint was recently renovated, right? And when I went to pay, they were telling me, because I was going to tap with my card. So when I went to pay, they were telling me that the tap wasn't working and that I had to insert my card. Immediately my ears perked up, and I got, very suspicious because I'm saying to myself, but this is a recently renovated establishment, and why is it the tap isn't working on the handheld, but the insert is working? Well, anyways, I was pretty suspicious, but then I paid for my food, and then as soon as I got my food, I just parked around the side of the building, immediately logged into my phone because I have my app on my phone. So I immediately logged into my phone, went into my settings to manage my credit card. I made sure that the purchase for the food was shown in my purchases, and then I immediately locked my card. I immediately locked my credit card. So therefore, I'm like, okay, if anyone is going to try to do anything nefarious with my credit card, then, you know, they can't do anything because the credit card is locked. So I didn't make any purchases or anything off my credit card for a few days because I'm thinking, okay, if they did that, they're going to maybe try and, you know, take off money. If they were going to be doing that, they would try and do that, whether immediately or even like the day after. So I kept the lock on my credit card for a few days because I'm saying, okay, if they try, they're not going to be successful. And then I'm sure that after, 1-2 days, they're going to give up because chances are, if they were to do anything nefarious, they would have gotten way more credit cards, right? And then they would probably just move along from mine. So that is just another way that you guys can, protect yourself. Have your banking app on your phone, and if you don't want to have fraudulent charges, just manage your credit cards. Once you know that whatever purchases are going to come off, and if you do your individual purchases, once those come off, then you just log into your phone and log into the app and just lock back your credit card. So if your credit card is compromised, then it'll be difficult for people to take money off. It's not the same with a debit card, because debit card, that's instant cash, and chances are you will lose that, and you may not be as fortunate as Maria to have the bank reimburse you. But something that you guys can look into so that you don't fall victim to these scammers out there. Anyways, that's my 2 cents on this video, and you can give me your ideas, give me your thoughts. What do you do to protect your cards, whether your credit or your debit cards, and what do you think of her situation? Would you have done what she did? Please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment and let me know. Thank you.